party in the O2 in East London, the Millennium.
Well, the O2, it used to be the Millennium Dome, but it's the O2 now, isn't it? Yeah.
That's a bit of a that's a bit of a downgrade, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. No, so we're at the Albao one, the VIP lounge. It's been an amazing event so far, hasn't it?
It's been amazing. Now you've had loads of people that have been talking here, haven't you?
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of ambassadors, some celebrities, some sports stars. We should have had you, Edward, to be honest. With hindsight, damn, we forgot about that. But
I'm obviously not important, you see, not important. But it's amazing what you've been doing. You've been doing so much stuff over the last 4 years. I mean, what do you feel about the journey, Jane?
I was just saying to someone this evening, it's kind of, when you're so wrapped up in it, you don't really get a chance to sat back and say, wow, we've achieved all this. And we have in such a really short space of time. The numbers have doubled and doubled and doubled, so 150,000 this year, and a book deal, and all these wonderful ambassadors that are coming out and speaking about us and taking part in Veganuary. It's just astounding.
Now, it's amazing. You mentioned a book deal. What book deal do you have?
So we've got a book called How to Go Vegan.
How to Go Vegan. Get it?
Yeah. It's the why, the how, and everything you're going to need to make going vegan easy. So it's been written by Kate Fowler. She's an amazing activist for the last 25 years. So she was vegan before it was cool, like what, you know, with us guys. Yeah. Oh, no, I haven't said that. I think you've been vegan for quite a while, have you?
Well, about 5 years, but it's been a journey for me. But it's amazing what you've achieved over the last 5 years or 6 years.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like Jane said, we've been growing every every year, doubling in size. We've worked out that if we carry
but not literally in size yourself,
no.
because you're still
No.
The other thing I've noticed is I've lost weight. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, I did originally, so I lost about 50.
You didn't start it. Is there a whole story there? There's a backstory. There is a backstory. Don't right now.
I've put a few pounds on recently, to be honest,
Really?
Edward. Yeah.
That's bad, isn't it?
I mean, there's some great vegan food around these days, isn't there? So,
I mean, there is so much selection. What do you think? I mean, there is so much food available now for people.
Sorry, I'm drinking this.
He's drinking the wine.
Rice pudding.
She's drinking the rice pudding. Now, what do you think about the products that are available, Jane?
It's just getting better and better every year. So All Bar One last year, they introduced more vegan options on their menu. It was so successful that they decided to carry on with them afterwards. What was it, the stat that Laura said tonight? It was phenomenal.
So she said that 25% of the meals that they serve are vegetarian and vegan these days.
Now, isn't that absolutely amazing? Because that's almost going from absolutely 0 to 25%. And that is a phenomenal increase. I mean, we wouldn't have expected that 5 or 10 years ago. I mean, how do you think people are receiving or perceptive or willing to change or even think about it?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that we've been really pushing. I've been vegan probably about the same time as you, Edward, so I've been vegan 6 years now. And back in the day, I mean, there was very few options at chain restaurants. You know, if I would travel around the country, I was like a salesman. And, you know...
You could never be a salesman, though.
Yeah, no, honestly. No, I wasn't very successful at it.
Jane, come here!
But you'd be eating, like...
He sold himself to me.
Well, that's the main thing. So how long have you two been together, then?
So, Jane...
So we're going to talk about the nitty-gritty now.
So we met on a dating website, actually. Vegan dating.
Is it possible?
No, no, it was a bit of a con, really. I was on vegan dating. Jane was on vegetarian
dating.
And, so we ended up meeting up. But I thought I was meeting a proper vegan.
And you never guessed what he called me. He said, I was a second-rate veggie.
This is on camera, so you're getting it first from me, okay? So how do you feel? I mean, this is absolutely phenomenal, isn't it?
Well, on our third date, she had pizza with cheese on it. It was disgusting.
Just one.
And I was hoping we were going to be snogging later on.
This is hilarious. Now, the other thing is, because of that, I mean, for God's sake, you being vegan, a male, and converting somebody else to become vegan, I mean, that is absolutely brilliant. Don't you think so? I mean, in this day and age. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, basically, we find that with people signing up for Veganuary, it's about 80-20, 80% females, 20% males. So we're in the minority. Having said that, when you come to events, it seems like it's more like 50-50, but certainly people taking part in Veganuary, definitely more females taking part. So I think we've got a real education job to do. We're getting men on board. They're a bit concerned about the macho-ness and all of that, which is a bit...
But isn't that... But that's quite deceptive, though, because actually being vegan isn't about masculinity or femininity. It's about animals. I mean, what do you think about that, Jane?
Yeah, what we think about, obviously, it's animals for us. It always has been. Health and environment do come into it. I mean, from the small amount of research we've done in the area, we do think that more men are attracted maybe by the health and the environment messages. We've met good friends here tonight, and it was Cowspiracy that did it for them, and they just said, well, I was an environmentalist and I saw this documentary and I just thought, well, I have to go vegan then. That's the only thing for it.
I mean, for me, it's certainly Cowspiracy was phenomenal. I showed my father it, and I was showing it, and it was like he could only watch about 30 minutes, and he said, my goodness, this is what actually happens. I mean, when you watch something like that, you feel, you can't help but feel so emotionally involved. I mean, how does that feel for you?
Well, I was just going to say, in terms of when people sign up for Veganuary, we always ask people, we do a survey in February to find out what was, how they got on, whether they're staying vegan or not. One of the questions that we ask is, what was the most important trigger that made you take part in Veganuary other than what we're doing? And documentaries comes out number one every time, and particularly Cowspiracy, and also like Earthlings, and we're expecting What the Health to be particularly good this year, because that's the new film that's come out as well. So
survey before What the Health was released, and Doctor as well. Yeah, Doctor.
So the question is this, I mean, my goodness, apart from Matthew being absolutely fabulous, gorgeous even, why did you decide to change from being vegetarian to vegan?
So I was already on the transition, I was already on the path, and I was eating vegan at home, and that was because I'd seen documentaries online. Sorry, not documentaries, videos. So I believe it was a Viva video at the time about the dairy industry. Just shocked. I couldn't believe that I didn't know this information before about what happens to the calves, the treatment of these cows. I thought being a vegetarian was enough.